Hi everyone, welcome to another video of mine. So today I'm in Melbourne Airport on a cold Saturday morning. Hopefully everyone's having a nice day today. So just came here about a few minutes ago. First plane as I can see is departing is a plane to Adelaide. And there's a Qantas Boeing 737. That's off Adelaide. Plane that's coming in now is a Vietnam Airlines flight coming in from Ho Chi Minh City. And that is a Airbus A380 from Ho Chi Minh City. It's down there. And somewhere ahead above us is a flight to Melbourne Airport from Sydney Jetstar. Can't see it because of the clouds. But this plane is landing from Ho Chi Minh City, and the flight took, how long did it take? 7 hours and 40 minutes. I hope everyone's having a nice day today. So please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. I would greatly appreciate it. Next flight is about to depart is a flight to Brisbane. And then is a Qantas Airbus A330. The flight time will take approximately 2 hours. I hope everyone's having a nice day today. You can see here Latam Airways, Virgin Australia, also Air New Zealand, United Airlines down there in Qantas as well. This side Vietnam Airlines is just landing, it's taxiing towards the air terminals. Also Thai Airways, Jetstar, and I believe that's Cathay Pacific waiting there. Air New Zealand flight that's taxiing now is going to Wellington. Flight time will take about 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours. The next flight is going to be landing in the flight from Sydney to Melbourne. The flight took 1 hour and 7 minutes. And that's a Virgin Australia Boeing 737. So it's actually quite chilly up here. Like, actually cold. Considering it's in the middle of spring for us. And it's going to get warm. It's supposed to be warming up. Tomorrow is going to be quite warm, so it's going to be nice. Sydney just landed. Guangzhou coming in shortly. Before that, a flight to Port Vila, I think in South Pacific, is going to be taking off shortly. That is a Virgin Australia Boeing 737. Not exactly sure how long the flight takes. That's going to Port Vila in South Pacific. See Vietnam Airlines still taxiing towards the terminal. The next flight that's landing is China Southern Airlines, flight from Guangzhou. The flight took 9 hours and there's an Airbus A380 coming in from China. Quite a few international flights coming in now. There is a flight from LAX that's going to be landing in about 20 minutes. I will finish off the video after that. Flight from Guangzhou just landed. There it is. After that, the flight from Adelaide will be landing. It'll be a few minutes away. Looks like the Vietnam Airlines is on the other side of the international terminal, so you can only see the tail from here. And now it's just here, the other side of the terminal. The next flight to depart is Virgin Australia, Boeing 737 flight to Sydney. Flight takes approximately an hour. And that's the Virgin Australia flight that will be departing shortly. Today is actually quite busy for international flights. Hope everyone's having a nice day. Adelaide, just landing now at the Qantas Airbus 737. The flight took nearly an hour to get from Adelaide to Melbourne. After that, the flight from Kuala Lumpur will be landing, but there's a few flights that take departing, so Gulfstream G550. Flight that's going to take off now is a flight to Wellington, which I showed you a bit earlier. So the flight will take nearly 4 hours. Right to Wellington. It's an Air New Zealand Airbus A380 in Wellington. Flight from KL or Kuala Lumpur will be landing in 1 minute. It's coming in now. That's an Airbus A330 coming in from Wellington. No, not Wellington, sorry, Kuala Lumpur. And Malaysian Airlines is actually quite a nice airline. I've flown with them quite a few times, especially when I've gone to India. Their airfares are relatively cheap. So, and the food is good and the customer service is good as well. Last time I flew with them was just over 3 years ago. There's an Airbus A330 coming in from Kuala Lumpur. It is actually quite a cloudy day today as well. There is a slight chance of rain, but I don't think it will rain. It did rain last night. Against the flight from KL, just north for Kuala Lumpur. And there is actually another Malaysian Airlines flight, I think, that's parked on there behind the wood next to the United and not next to the China Southern. And here's a Malaysian Airlines flight that just landed. Next flight is going to be departing is a flight to Christchurch with Qantas Airlines Boeing 737, and that flight will take about 3.5 hours. And the Gulfstream jet to Shenzhen is also getting ready to depart shortly. Got the Qantas Airbus A380 landing in about 10 minutes, coming in from LA. The next flight to depart is going to be a Melbourne to Brisbane flight, Boeing 737 by Virgin Australia. It's ready on the runway on flight radar. It looks like it's actually going down. I haven't heard any updates on the building of the next runway, so that may be a while away. This one is going into Brisbane. And the next one is landing is actually coming from Brisbane. And there's also Virgin Australia Boeing 737. Flight time took 2 hours and 16 minutes. 2 hours, 16 minutes. That is a Boeing 737. I do remember flying from here to LA. On a few times, and last time I flew premium economy, which is actually quite nice. The first time I flew to LA was in economy, and 15 hours in economy is a lot. Yeah, Malaysian Airlines flight is taxiing. Brisbane, and that's a Virgin Australia Boeing 737. Looks like the Malaysian Airlines got this one is quickly departing as well. One's landing and one's departing. Malaysian Airlines is part of the One World airline thing, and it has a One World livery on the airline alliance. Sorry. Qantas and Malaysia belong to the same alliance, the One World. Next one land is a flight from Gold Coast, and it's a Virgin Australia Boeing 737, and the flight time took 2 hours and 15 minutes, so 2 hours and 15 minutes. Coming in from the Gold Coast, which is near Brisbane, just south of Brisbane. The Airbus A380 will be landing shortly, about 4 minutes. After that, the management will begin. The Qantas Airbus A380 flies, I believe, about twice a week. So Saturday lands on Saturday and leaves next day, and I think on Monday as well lands, but I'm not 100% sure. So please don't quote me on that. Next flight is a part of the flight to Canberra, and that is Virgin Australia Boeing 737. The flight time will take nearly an hour. Looks like there's a flight to Perth that will be taking off from the north-south runway. The flight time to Perth takes about 4 hours, and there's a Boeing 737 owned by Qantas. Currently landing is a flight from Brisbane. There's a Qantas Boeing 737. The flight time took 2 hours and 16 minutes. Before that, a flight to Sydney will be taking off. That's a Qantas Boeing A3, sorry, Qantas Airbus A321. Sorry about that. Got confused for a second. That's going to Sydney. The flight time will take nearly an hour. Flight from Brisbane is landing now, and that is a Boeing 737 coming in from Brisbane. The flight time took 2 hours and 16 minutes. We have a lot of flights from Brisbane and to Brisbane as well today. And the flight from LAX will be landing shortly. Flight to the Gold Coast will be taking off soon, and that is a Qantas Boeing 737-838, and the flight time takes about 2 hours and 15 minutes depending on tailwinds and how fast they're going. See the Qantas flight as yet, but I think that will be landing shortly. Right there it is. You can see it from here. That's an Airbus A380, Queen of the Skies. King of the Skies, sorry. Boeing 747 is the Queen, and this is the King. The flight time took 15 hours and 2 minutes coming from LAX. Before that, a flight to Sydney is departing as a Jetstar Airbus A321. The flight time will take approximately an hour. That's going to Sydney. Qantas Airbus A380 will be landing now. I have actually flown on this plane, this flight I mean, many years ago. But last time I went to the US 3 years ago, I actually didn't fly on the Airbus A380, unfortunately, but last time I flew on this particular flight was about 12 years ago when I went to LA. The first time I flew Qantas, second time I flew Virgin, and then the third time I flew Qantas. The Airbus A380 just landed. Thank you everyone for watching the video. I greatly appreciate it. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, and also leave a comment. And have a wonderful day, and I will see you on my next video.